Hello everyone, we're learning about compound interest, and today we will learn how to find principal using the formula of amount. Here is the question: on what sum of money will the compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum amount to rupees 768 and 75 paise? So what do we have to find here? On what sum of money? That is the principal. So it's very clear that we have to find the principal. Okay, let us see how to solve this problem. And before solving this problem, let me also tell you that this rupees 768.75 is the compound interest. Okay, this is the compound interest. Let's see what is given in the question. Compound interest is given, that is 768 and 75 paise, rupees 768 and 75 paise, and represents the year. So the compound interest is 768.75 and refers to the years in the question, which is given as 2 years. R represents the rate, that is 5% per annum. We'll use the formula of amount, right? P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Now let us replace the values in the formula. 1 plus R. R is how much? R is 5. So 1 plus 5 by 100. And what's the value of n? Time, years, that is 2. So to the power 2. Let me explain to you how can we solve this 1 plus 5 by 10. I think most of the times I have been explaining, and by now many of you know how to do this. 1 plus 5 by 100. 100 is the LCM, and by default the denominator of 1 will be 1. So 100 plus 5, that is 105 by 100, right? So this is the fraction that we will keep in place of 1 plus 5 by 100, or maybe we can simplify it further, right? 21 by 20. So this is the fraction that we will keep in the place of 1 plus 5 by 100, 21 by 20. Let me just write it for you. Okay, so here it is. A is equal to P into 21 by 20 to the power 2. We'll simplify it further. Now 21 square and 20 square, right? 21 square is 441 and 20 square is 400. So this 21 by 20 whole square will be equal to 441 by 400. And we're just placing P on the right hand side. So A is equal to 441 by 400 P, right? That is the value of A that we have just found out. So therefore we'll use the formula to find compound interest. I hope you remember it. Compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, right? So what we have found now, we have found amount, right? Of course it is in a fraction form, but we will replace that value here. Okay, we'll just replace the value of A with 441 by 400 P minus P, that is the principal, is equal to CI, that is compound interest. So what is here, what do you understand by this equation or this numbers that I have written there on the screen? A represents what? 441 by 400 P, right? This is A, and compound interest is 768.75, right? So we have got this equation. Okay, let us solve it further. Now let me explain to you how can we solve this 441 P by 400 minus P. Let me write it for you. 441 by 400 p into p minus p. We'll use the LCM method. The denominator of p will be 1, LCM will be 400. So the first fraction 400 into how much will be 400? 400 into, okay, let me write the p with 441. Right, it is the numerator. So 400 into 1 is 400. So same one we multiply with 441p into 1 is 441p minus, now second fraction, denominator 1 into how much will be 400? 1 into 400. So same 400 will multiply with p, by which we get as 400p. Now we will subtract it. 441p minus 400p will be how much? 41p. Okay, 441p minus 400p is 41p divided by 400, and that is why we will write this fraction in place of 441 by 400p minus p. Right, I hope you understand this. 41p by 400. Right, I hope you have understood it. It's not that hard. Let me just erase this rough part and we will solve it further. So I hope you have understood how we got this 441p by 400 minus p simplified, right? 41p by 400p is equal to compound interest, that is rupees 768 and 75 paise. Okay, now we have to find what? Principal. We have to make p the subject, right? And then we have the value of principal. So therefore principal, or p, is equal to the compound interest, that is 768.75. okay, now when we take a fraction to the other side of equal sign, what happens? We will have to reciprocal it, right? I'm just showing you here. 41 by 400, when it is taken to the other side of the equal sign, we have to reciprocal it, and when we reciprocal it, it will change to 400 by 41. Why do we have to reciprocal it? Because we're taking this fraction to the other side of equal sign, and so it will change to 400 by 41p. Now we will simplify this to find the value of p. Okay, that is p will be equal to rupees 7,500. When you simplify it, you will get principal as 7,500 rupees. So this is the answer. I hope you have understood it. You can just see it again to understand it better. Keep practicing. This is what I tell every time, and there is a homework for you, and I'm sure that you'll be able to do this homework by yourself. Here it is. Find the sum on which the compound interest for 3 years at 10% per annum amounts to rupees 1655 interest. I hope you can do it. Keep studying and keep learning and keep practicing.